Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance review right here, guys. And today I'm back at Tom Ford, guys. For all the Tom Ford aficionados, I'm back at Tom Ford. I have been reviewing a lot of their latest perfumes. They are all in the library. But what makes today special is that I will be talking about a Tom Ford fragrance that is unreleased currently, that is slated to release January 2025. And I got my hands on it, thank God, and I tested it for y'all. So you know what you can expect January 2025 when this fragrance finally releases. Can't wait to tell y'all about it. Let's go. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys. Okay, liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel. Guys, we are headed towards 24K, and we're almost there at 800 fragrance reviews on the channel. So there's almost 800 right here of all the fragrances, and I'm sure a lot of y'all want to get to the bottom of in terms of what the scent development is. Is it worth the cost? I got it all here, guys. And if I have a fragrance that you want me to talk about that's not here, feel free to do a request by commenting below. All right, so thank you so much for all your support. Thank you. And the fragrance that I will be talking about today is none other than the currently unreleased, but will soon release in January 2025, new Tom Ford private blend fragrance. This is none other than Tom Ford Rose Exposed. Yes, Tom Ford Rose Exposed. I caught wind of this fragrance just perusing the Facebook groups. Tom Ford Private Lounge is the group. I want to shout y'all out. Thanks for having me, guys. And I saw one of the members post a photo about a bottle that he found at an outlet store, and it said Rose Exposed, and he was like, what is this? I had never heard of this. Is this a fake bottle? Is this true? And of course, the fans went and tried to find out information. Turns out it's true. It's real. It's coming out. And I don't know how that outlet even had that bottle, but that's really what it is. Got everyone excited. Now, there are also rumblings about this fragrance that this is a re-release of the discontinued Tom Ford Rose de Russie. All right, so that's really interesting. And Rose de Russie, as far as I know, it came out with other ones like Tom Ford Rose de Chine, I believe. And I think I actually reviewed one of the others. I forgot what it was, but it was apparently discontinued, and people are saying that this right here is a re-release, or they're using the same juice in a new bottle, new name. Who knows? I have never smelled Rose de Russie. But for those that want to know, Rose de Russie is actually an ode to Cuir de Russie, or Russian leather. Okay, it is a birch tar soaked type leather. All right, smoky, leathery, deep, and dark. All right, that's what it was. And you know, maybe it got discontinued because of the war, okay? Maybe they didn't want the name out there. I'm not sure. It could be. Or maybe the sales weren't just that stellar. Who knows? Either way, guys, I'm going to wipe the slate clean on this one. I'm going to review this as Rose Exposed, as I haven't really reviewed Rose de Russie at all. Either way, we're going to find out what this smells like. Let's go spray this thing right now. Oh. Okay, guys, now let's talk about this fragrance right here, Rose Exposed, starting with this exclamation point of an opening. All right here in the opening, guys, you're gonna get white pepper, pink pepper, and the early appearance of Rose Absolute. All right here in the intro of this fragrance. And whoa, this is very impactful. And the reason why it's very impactful is because you have a very strong and prominent white pepper note in the start of this fragrance. And white pepper, I actually got to taste white pepper when I was in Singapore. It was part of, you know, some of the dishes that I had in Singapore. And the thing about this white pepper, guys, is it's not really necessarily a spicy type of pepper. It's more of like dry peppery. And if you've ever like tasted or smelled at least this white pepper, you'll get it again right here. It is really strong and peppery. And it is flanked by some pink peppercorn, which adds a little rosiness to the mix. But in my opinion, the pink pepper here in the intro adds some dry woodiness to that white pepper. And the combination of that real peppery white pepper intro plus some dry woodsy pink pepper, and this is without the rosiness yet, it really provides a very masculine base to this intro. Now, of course, you will get rose as early as first spray. You're going to get some deep, dark rose. However, the rose right here is, I would say, balanced with the pepper combination, the white pepper and pink pepper combination. It's balanced with that rose. The rose doesn't completely overwhelm it. And again, this peppery intro creates a masculine statement intro. And when I mean statement intro, I mean it, guys. All right. For those that want to come in strong with a statement piece of a perfume, definitely Rose Exposed will do it. I guess that's why it's called Exposed, because you're gonna feel exposed, because you're gonna get the attention of people around you. The strong peppery aspect of it, and of course, even the strong rosy aspect of it will definitely get people's attention. And to me, my first impression of this intro was that, oh my God, this is a presence. It's a presence type of intro. It's for those that want to be seen as soon as you walk into a room. This is not for those that want to shrink and blend into the background, guys. All right. And speaking of the Ruzi, I felt kind of like the Russian influence here, right? It's kind of like this strong, kind of like Russian imperial czar type of intro. I would even say very uber masculine, and it still retains though those sensual, deep and dark facets of the rose as you walk in. But definitely for me, ultra masculine statement piece. And this type of intro, I'm going to say, is not mainstream lovable. I would say that this is a 50-50, or this is one of those where definitely you have to try it first to feel and understand what this is, all right? Because again, it might be too much. Some people are even relating this intro to gasoline. It's got this gasoline smell. And that's again because it's just strong and peppery, okay? And it would be a 50-50. My wife hated it, for example. She wanted me to scrub it off. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. I gotta review this, this fragrance. It's an unreleased. But again, for me, I can definitely see though why some would actually like it, because there's a slew of guys that really would like to smell like this with a statement piece, gasoline-y, high pepper style rose intro, impactful statement piece, presence as you walk in. That's how I can describe the intro of this. And with that being said, interestingly, Rose de Ruzi, which, they're saying was rebottled into this thing, was accused of actually having weak performance. Okay, Rose de Ruzi, people were saying, oh, it didn't really perform that strong. The projection wasn't that strong, but it was long lasting. That was Rose de Ruzi. But let me tell y'all, this one right here, powerful. Very, very powerful. Sillage and projection-wise, not only an aura scent, it could even be room-filling. And if you're walking down the hallway, definitely you will get that scent trail that will attract people around you. So that's one thing I will say. The strength of this fragrance, believe it or not, and I know most fall-winter fragrances, the thickness and the strength is in the base, and then it kind of emanates to the front. No, this one right here has a lot of strength in the intro. All right, again, statement piece, walk in the room, everyone will look at you. Very strong sillage and projection on Rose Exposed. Now let me say this, that the pepper coverage does not go away that quickly. All right, the white pepper, which is really prominent here with some dry, woody, slightly rosy pink pepper in the background, that doesn't go away so quickly. So like I said, this is kind of like an acquired taste. If you don't like it, you don't like first spray, well, it's not gonna disappear just like that. It's gonna hang on for hours and hours. And the peppery nuance actually lasts as long as 2 hours, all right, or maybe 2 hours and a half. So you are gonna get very prominent pepperiness throughout with the intro of this fragrance. fragrance, guys. Now, the mid has a continuum of the rose, as Rose Absolute and Rose Water combine into the mid, basically carrying through it. But the thing you gotta know about this fragrance, Rose Exposed, is that although the rose is balanced, it is not really that front and center. Because the other thing that goes front and center here, at least 2 hours in, is gonna be your Cuir de Russie. It's gonna be your Russian leather that also balances this mid. And I know it's listed as a base note, but for me, I got to smell it 2 hours into the fragrance, and it kind of replaces the upper layer of the peppers as the mid of this fragrance right here. I mean, will you have rose? Of course. Rose will still be there, but it will be incredibly balanced with this Cuir de Russie, okay? And this is going to be your deep, dark, smoky leather, that birch tar infused leather here in the mid of this fragrance. Now, you guys know me. I'm not really particularly, heavy on black leather perfumes, especially like smoky leather. I would prefer that they are, really well blended, or they're secondary to the other notes. Here it's actually balanced, and I would say that this type of smoky black leather, I'm actually okay with this. Why? Because I would say that the precursor of that, which is the heavy pepperiness, that ultra masculine impression, kind of gave me, kind of like that headwind to come into this mid and be like, okay, Cuir de Russie plus rose, that makes sense because it's an ultra masculine scent. Like me or not, if you don't like it, move away. I'm a Russian czar. Right? It was that kind of like attitude of the fragrance that made the mid okay, even with the deep black, smoky type of leather that would actually come in here in the mid. Now, there's also orange blossom here, but it is, I would say, a balancer. It's a balancer here to kind of make it different, so at least it's not just going to be rose to rose. There's still going to be some rose, but there is a slightly sweet balancer here with the orange blossom. All right, so it is a little bit of a change up with orange blossom, but nevertheless, it's going to be rose water and, of course, that Cuir de Russie. Really nice, really ultra masculine, nice, deep, sensual continuum into this scent right here. But again, that starts after 2 hours of that pepperiness. Okay, guys, now let's head into the dry down of this fragrance, Tom Ford Rose Exposed. And I thought, like I said, that the dry down was going to be this thick, like fall winter-ish dry down of this fragrance, like most other fall winter scents. But actually, no, it was actually quite okay on the thickness. The leather, for example, did not go super strong towards the dry down. Actually, I felt like the leather was stronger in the mid of this fragrance, and then you had like hints of it throughout the dry down. But of course, it's still gonna be a continuum because of the birch tar infused leather here. You also have some smokiness in the background here in the dry down, guys. You're basically getting musk, you're getting cashmeran, which is even more musks, gradient musks, you're getting sandalwood, and you're getting olibanum / incense for the smokiness. And in my opinion, there's also cypriol oil. And maybe this cypriol oil is part of that cashmeran accord that they have right here. And cypriol has this like suede cashmere, relaxing, musky ending with some earthiness as the base. And some people have said that, oh, I think it's a rose oud. That's probably because of the cypriol oil. It's not listed, I feel, is here in the dry down of this fragrance. So it's mostly smoky, musky, gradient, fade to black, slightly earthy. That's really the dry down of this scent. The leather here and there, but mostly the leather was the stronger base in the mid of the fragrance, guys. Okay, so really nice gradient, fade to black ending, and I would say continues the masculinity because there was some smokiness. The incense or the olibanum isn't, I would say, as prominent as the amouage type of olibanum, but it's still going to be there. There's going to be some churchiness that separates the smell of the incense versus the smokiness of the leather. All right, so there is some differentiation, and like I said, the rose is done at that point. The rose will not be involved in any of the dry down of this fragrance, and I've heard some people not liking that. But hey, that's the evolution of this scent. Okay guys, so what do I think of this fragrance right here, Tom Ford Rose Exposed? This is a fragrance that is truly an ultra masculine type rose, and it definitely gave me Russian vibes, okay? Rose de Russie, I had never smelled that scent, and I know it's about Queer de Russie, but it gave me that Russian czar oligarch type vibe, but ultra masculine vibe that's kind of like, hey, like me or not, I don't care, here I am with my presence. And of course, aspects of rose and incense and leather made this kind of like sensual as well, and dark, with that ultra masculine presence right here, okay? And this fragrance, although it's not gonna be a mainstream lovable scent, I can guarantee you that there is a niche of men that would actually like this, or even women. I mean, who knows? But mostly men, if you are looking for an ultra masculine rose scent, I think we've found it right here with Rose Exposed. And don't let that pink bottle deter you. Okay, the pink bottle, I know, makes it look like a feminine scent. You might not want to display that if you are an ultra macho man, ultra masculine man. But the juice itself, forget the bottle, the juice itself is actually pretty legit ultra masculine, guys. Okay, so there will be a niche for this type of scent. Usage wise, I don't see this as a grabber or an upscale grabber, but I would say this is like a special mood scent. It's one of those that I think can be worn in formal settings. I see like formal settings mostly, and it's mostly a mood type scent to give a slightly intimidating and strong presence as you are wearing this fragrance. And definitely, I would say that this is a fall winter scent, perfect for the cold. It's got enough power, forward leaning, front leaning, a lot of power in the beginning to the mid to really create that presence. And then down the line, guys, it's mostly a comforting, cashmeran, smoky, earthy type of ending into this fragrance, musky. So I would say that the end is fade to black and comforting versus the strength of the intro that provides that intro, that presence as you walk into a room, guys. All right. And definitely, with that being said, this is a try first. Hit up Hamza. I'm gonna put his Facebook link below if you would like to hit him up for a full bottle. He has that, I know. And or a decant, guys. You can hit up Hamza below if you would like to try it. But definitely, this is a try first, and I would say it's even a grower. Okay, it kind of grew on me the more I wore this fragrance. And again, there's a special place for these things. It's not all the time that you would wear an ultra masculine, deep dark rose scent. But I think there is room for this, especially now that it's getting cold. We have about, 4 months of colder weather that you can literally wear this legitimately. So I think it's a try first. Hit up Hamza. And total performance of this fragrance, guys, is over 12 hours. Just like Rose de Russie, the longevity of this one was past 12 hours. So interestingly, this is a Tom Ford that is not weak. It is not weak whatsoever. Matter of fact, it's pretty strong and it is long lasting. But don't expect like a thick base, okay? That's all I'm saying. The ending is actually comforting and musky and gradient and fade to black, but it's not gonna be in, a really, really strong amount. But definitely, guys, long lasting past 12 hours. And that is it. That is my no hype review on this unreleased fragrance of Tom Ford, soon to release, like I said, Rose Exposed. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think of this fragrance. I mean, if you have tried Rose de Russie, I would love to hear your feedback on that fragrance below if you have tried or owned it. And if you've tried this new one right here, I would love to know your comments as well. And again, I want to thank Hamza for making this decant available to me. He's a very legit seller of Tom Ford. He's going to be my next Tom Ford go-to guy. Thank you, Hamza, guys. And I will see you guys on the next video. I'm back to work, unfortunately. God bless everyone. Take care. Peace.